rocks the screen. She's a straight shooter, if you know what I mean. Dishing out the truth about the royal scene with a fist of fire and a voice so keen. Hitting hard with those ultra Brit vibes, no sugarcoating, no false alibis. Tearing down the lies she despises. Yorkshire lass with fire in her eyes. Stef don't play, she holds the line, shouting from the rooftops across the digital vine. Harry and Meghan under her sign, fearless and bold with a soul that shines. See a fake, she's a beacon bright, unraveling the drama without a fright. Armored with honesty, ready to fight. Injustice quivers at her sight. Unbreakable will won't be confined. Mind of steel and heart redefined. Rhetoric sharp, leaving dust behind. In Stef's world, truth is intertwined. Stef don't play, she holds the line, shouting from the rooftops across the digital vine. Harry and Meghan under her sign, fearless and bold with a soul that shines. Will won't be confined. Mind of steel and heart redefined. Rhetoric sharp, leaving dust behind. In Stef's world, truth is intertwined. Stef don't play, she holds the line, shouting from the rooftops across the digital vine. Harry and Meghan under her sign, fearless and bold with a soul that shines.
Hey up everyone, it's me, Stef, the Alter Nerd, your nerdy alternative, and welcome to the Daily Nerd Live Sunday edition. How are you all doing? My apologies that there wasn't a Daily Nerd Live this Friday just past. Instead, I did you 3 extra Daily Nerd videos, so if you missed them, you can go into my video history on the channel and lap them up to your heart's content. Just to be completely real and honest with you guys, with everything that's going on at the moment in my personal life with family and whatnot, I just needed to get away. Mentally, I was just suffering a little bit of burnout. And the opportunity came for me to go away this weekend, and so I took it. And I definitely needed the break because I kind of feel a bit more renewed right now, which is pretty cool. So yeah, with that being said, thank you so much to everyone for your kind words, for your support, for your forbearance whilst I'm going through what's been going on with my family and my personal life. But for those that don't know, yes, this is the Daily Nerd Alive Sunday edition. So just to give you a little bit of a heads up of what to expect for today's show. So first and foremost, we're going to lead with this. Oh my goodness. Megsy, and Azza, was their $250,000 charity donation from Archewell Foundation to the Bidens a bribe? Was it a bribe to keep Prince Hazard's visa a secret? does seem that this charity donation to the Bidens is worse than we thought. So, yes, we are going to be going through that. And then next up, you guys, oh, seriously, this is a funny one. We've got a royal editor, okay, who's going to be turning round and explaining to us why Meghan Markle is fake. Yes, why is Meghan Markle fake by an actual royal editor? Mainstream media is definitely turning the backs on Megsy now. And then to round things off for today's Daily Nerd Live for Sunday, the 16th of March, 2025, Meghan Markle is being defended by a YouTuber that you would not expect. Oh, yeah. This is definitely a turn up for the books, you guys. So that is what we've got going on for today's Daily Nerd Live for Sunday, the 16th of March, 2025. For those that are watching on the replay, please fast forward like 5-10 minutes and I will have started the first topic for today's live stream. I'd just like to say hi to you all first and foremost. So yeah, let's get into it. Hey up live chat, how you all doing? My goodness. There's already been support that's been coming in before this live stream even started. So first and foremost, I'd like to say thank you so much to Aussie 2025 for gifting a leadership to some of you lucky lots out there. So hey up to the lucky leader out there that's just being gifted a free leadership by Aussie 2025. And thanks to Aussie 2025 as well for sending some sugar bucks my way. And my favourite, the Ginger Jockey Fine Arts moment. Aussie 2025, I salute you. Thank you so much. We also have the Sarge in the chat. Long live George Harrison with a $2 sugar buck saying, hey up, Stef, Georgie and Olivia say hi. Hey up, Georgie and Olivia. Again, congratulations in graduating puppy school. Actually, Sarge, is there now a new school, like a high school that they go to now? Or, you know, do they graduate to like a big school, if that makes sense? Let me know. We also have Aussie 2025 back with the sugar book saying biggest hugs, Steph. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. We also have Jeffrey Crownwell. Thank you so much for supporting the leadership for the last 10 months. I really appreciate your face. Thank you so much. We also have Stephen Magnus SM in the chat, the big SM. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for gifting one leadership to one of you lucky lots out there. So everyone say hey up to our newest leaders, courtesy of Aussie 2025 and Stephen Magnus. And that only means one thing, guys. Today's gifting wars have officially begun. So thank you so much to the big SM Stephen Magnus for kicking off today's gifting wars. We also have King Bob in the chat being like, I see you gifting away and I can take up that sword and shield and jump into today's gifting wars too, gifting a leadership to one of you lucky lots out there. So everyone say, hey up to our newest leaders, courtesy of Aussie 2025, Stephen Magnus, the big SM and King Bob. Appreciate your faces. We also have Jeffrey Crownwell, also gifting a lovely $5 sugar bucks. Appreciate your face. Thank you so much. And we have Brandon Torres in the chat. Thank you so much for your continued support for the leadership, mate. The last 30 months. Stay tuned because I got some news about Brandon, guys. Oh, and you're going to like it. You're going to like it. That is for damn certain. With that being said, first and foremost, for those that don't know, I do now have a second channel called Political Nerds. So if you haven't done so already, please support the expansion of the Altiverse and subscribe over on Political Nerds. If you're watching live, the link is pinned right at the top of the live chat. And if you watch it on the replay, it'll be in the description bar below. I do have a degree in international relations and security studies. I studied things like sociology, philosophy, 3 years of conflict resolution. My dissertation was on the ethics and philosophy of international terrorism. Bit of a mouthful, but I really enjoyed it. But oh my goodness, of course, for something like that, I did 3 years politics as well. So this actually is my academic wheelhouse. So yeah, if you want me to rant about politics, this is the place where you guys get to watch me do that and so much more. Thank you so much to all the alter nerds that have jumped over there already to support me. I really appreciate your faces. So thank you so much on that one. But speaking of Brandon, guys, so last week I promoted one of our leaders' channels, Lucy Spills. Please make sure you do subscribe over to her if you haven't done so already. But for today's live stream, oh yes, Brandon Torres, the big B, has started his own YouTube channel. I'm so proud of you, mate. It's about time you joined the community, mate. It's called Cultural Call Out. They've already released their first proper video. Kanye did what? Is Kim justified? Oh, dude, I'm going to be watching this straight after. Thanks so much for putting this up, because I've actually read, like, Kanye included Northwest onto a song that kind of included Diddy somewhat, and Kim tried to stop it for like obvious reasons. And yeah, trying to stop Kanye is trying to basically try and stop Flash in his tracks. It just ain't gonna happen, really. So yeah, I'll be looking forward to catch up on that video. So guys, if you haven't done so, please make sure you subscribe to Brandon's channel. I'm just going to put the link in the live chat right now. I'm going to spam the chat because I can. So there we go, guys. Please make sure you subscribe to Brandon. At the moment, he's on 51 subscribers. I'd love to see him in triple figures and get him to 100 subscribers before the end of this live stream. So I'll periodically check back and see where we're at. But let me know in the live chat if you have subscribed to Brandon's channel. Alter Nerds assemble. Let's help out another alter nerd in the community and yeah, get them up in the YouTube rankings. If you just give me one moment, I just need to quickly do something behind the scenes YouTube wise. I'm just going to do that now when it'll let me. Here we go. Here we are. Let me just do that. Do that. There we go. Sorry, guys. It's just me. It's just me. I don't have anyone in the background helping. It's all just me. There we go. Just sorted that out. And then finally, King Bob's Queen coming in with a $2 sugar bucks, and my favourite, the Ginger Doggy Fighting Arts moment. For those that don't know, this is my favourite Super Chat sticker. Why? Well, this is a ginger doggy, and there's hearts coming from the tail, and when you lift the tail from a doggy, what's directly underneath? The butthole. Therefore, this is a Ginger Doggy Fighting Arts moment. You'll never be able to ever unsee it ever again. You're very welcome. With that being said, let's jump in to the first topic for today's live stream, which is this. Did Meghan Markle and Prince Harry bribe the Bidens with that $250,000 donation from Archewell Foundation for Harry's visa to be kept secret? I mean, this is looking dodgier and dodgier by the day. So let's jump into it right now. So here we've got Andy's mum 4 saying, oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. Yeah. When Andy's mum said this, it kind of got me thinking, well, hang on a minute. During the whole Biden administration, when the Heritage Foundation has been fighting to get Harry's visa documents public, they were stonewalled, right? The judge is like, no, not happening, this, that, and the other, right? However, now that President Trump is in office, that judge has done a bit of a 180, right? And all of a sudden it's, oh yeah, we're going to release it, and it's going to be released next week, redacted, so we'll see what's really in it and what's not, and what they've redacted and all that malarkey. But all of a sudden, bit of a 180. The difference here in terms of the situation is the Bidens aren't in power anymore, right? And so, yeah, here We've got Royally Sage at Sage1411. Thanks to her. Make sure you are subscribed to Royally Sage on Twitter because they share the best blind items as far as I'm concerned. And saying, look, Joe Biden's daughter, Ashley, has now been referred to the IRS over Meg's $250,000 donation to her non-profit. And so here, Ashley Biden's nonprofit is now facing an official IRS complaint after failing to publicly disclose Megxie and Hazard's $250,000 donation. And so Watchdog has actually contacted the IRS after this women's wellness space didn't reveal that it had received the money back in 2023 when Joe Biden was president and in power. And so the watchdog that's actually submitted this complaint, they're called the National Legal and Policy Center. And its legal counsel, Paul Kamenar, also questioned how Ashley Biden could actually claim a salary of just $12.75 per hour and said that her workload could actually be exaggerated, demanding that Ashley Biden actually be deposed by the IRS to determine, quote, what civil and criminal penalties should be appropriate. And so here, according to Kamenar, she made the error while filling out her 990 forms, which are the tax forms that, of course, the charities have to file to the IRS. Now, neither Archewell Foundation or Ashley Biden's group have returned requests for comment. They're staying silent at the moment. Probably upon advice of legal counsel, but I'm only speculating there, of course. But yeah, they've added Ms. Biden failed to report the receipt of a grant of $250,000 made in 2023 by the Archewell Foundation, founded by Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. In addition, there are other reporting violations by Ms. Biden. So there's other anomalies as well, which is quite scary, really, to say the least. Now, before we continue any further, I just want to say a huge thank you to Peyton Sassafras for that very, very wonderful and generous $10 sugar bucks, saying, take time for you. We'll always be here. You're so loved. Thank you. Please don't make me cry on stream right now. But yeah, that's very, very cute and very, very kind of you to say so. Thank you so, so much. Let's get back to this story, though, because, guys, it's definitely worse than we thought. Really, in the grand scheme of things, this $250,000 donation, right? It seems. And so this complaint that's being filed to the IRS also notes that Ashley Biden only recorded $170,296 in total revenue for the 2023 tax year, meaning that doesn't make sense because in that same year, Archewell donated $250,000. So it's sort of, there's the obvious discrepancy there, right? The center recorded $115,138 of expenses, meaning that as of the end of 2023, it recorded only having assets of just over $55,000. Now, in his letter, Kamenar also said that the large contribution raised eyebrows because of the political implications of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's attempts to ingratiate themselves with President Biden and his family. I mean, I reported it, and a lot of other Megxit channels here on YouTube have reported it, with this notion and rumor that Megxit really, really wants to get in with the Democratic lot because, whether you believe the rumors or not, she does have an eye on, having a political career. Politics, to a certain extent, is like a popularity contest, and Megxit is already losing on that one, to be fair. Anywho, but here, Kamenar also states in the letter, look, a full audit of Ashley Biden's group is warranted to determine where the $250,000 cash grant was deposited and its disposition, as in, where did this money go and how was it used, right? And so Kamenar told the Daily Mail that he had no idea why the money wasn't actually declared on the 994. He said, quote, the innocent explanation might be an accounting error, but regardless, it was a red flag that warranted further inquiry. And as the article says, look, there are other discrepancies anyway. This is just the biggest one that they found. As, this article says here, the IRS complaint outlines other inconsistencies in the filing, including claiming that there were 8 members of the board, but only listing 7. the deuce? What are they doing? The 990 forms also state that Ashley Biden worked 40 hours a week, but only earned $11,250 between July and the end of the year, the reporting period for the actual non-profit. But that works out at just $511 per week, or $12.75 an hour, around the same as, let's say, McDonald's workers' hourly range in Philadelphia, this article reports. Now, the complaint also says, quote, while Ms. Biden's pay is low for educational work experience, we believe that her reported 40-hour work week may have been exaggerated since she was engaged in politically related and other activities, including foreign travel with her mother, Joe Biden. And so they're turning around and saying, look, there's other discrepancies that does warrant a full investigation, and for Ashley Biden to be deposed by the IRS. She's saying that she's working 40 hours a week for pittance. All right, she's going to work for pittance. That's her prerogative, right? However, when you look at her public movements, the movements that we know she's made whilst her father was in power, you know, she's swanning off doing political engagements abroad, this, that, and the other. Where did she find the time to also allot 40 hours a week to her charity? It makes zero sense whatsoever. And so this all kind of got me thinking, well, hang on a minute. Whilst the Bidens were in power, the Heritage Foundation, everywhere they went, trying to get Harry's visa public, they were stonewalled. Like, totally, completely, utterly stonewalled. For reasons that, for me, are completely BS, right? All of a sudden, the Bidens are out, Trump is in, and the judge is doing a 180, and the visa's going to be released next week with redactions, and we'll see what comes out at that point. And so it got me thinking, with all these discrepancies that Ashley Biden made in the 990 form, this, that, and the other, did she try, and I'm just asking a question here, I'm not making a statement, I'm asking a question, but did she try to hide that $250,000 charity donation from Meghan and Hazard's Archewell Foundation? Because it wasn't really a donation. Was it actually a bribe to essentially pay off the Bidens to allow Hazard's visa to be kept secret for so long? Now, I'm just asking for a friend here. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments, either if you're watching live in the live chat or in the description down below. Oh, sorry, in the comments down below if you're watching on the replay. Because something's fishy here. And it's like, well, hang on a minute. Why would you hide that $250,000 donation? I don't know. I'm joining the dots, and that's what I'm seeing so far. And again, I'm not making a statement of fact. I'm just asking a question. What do you guys think? Now, before we go further, because I've got more information to actually show you in terms of my theory and all of this. Firstly, hearts to Flapper27 to jumping into today's gifting wars with a massive 10 leaderships gifted to some of you lucky lots out there. So everyone say, hey, up to our newest leaders, courtesy of Flappy27. And guys, hearts in the chat for Flapper27, because my goodness, they showed up to today's gifting wars, gifting double figures. Oh my goodness, Flapper27, that's extremely, extremely generous of you. Thank you so, so much. But yeah, with that being said, let's get on to Crazy Days and Nights, because they've thrown out a blind item here. Now, this is a blind item. So do your own research, come to your own conclusions. And so here they say the donation between an offspring of a former A++ lister and the charity of the illiterate one was already shady. It is way worse than you thought. And so, firstly, the donation, I'm assuming they're talking about the $250,000 donation. The offspring of a former A++ lister, I'm assuming the offspring is Ashley Biden and the A++ lister is Joe Biden. The charity, I'm assuming, is Archewell Foundation. And the illiterate one, I'm assuming, is Meghan Markle. All right? Make your own assumptions, do your own research, come to your own conclusions on that one. And so I'm there thinking, well, hang on a minute. We've got this blind item. We've got Andy's mum, which really kicked off my thinking here. oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. And I'm thinking, hang on a minute, is there more to this $250,000 donation than we initially thought? Well, this blind item certainly indicates, if our assumptions are correct, that there is, right? Thinking, okay, well, why would Ashley Biden hide $250,000 from the IRS? And I'm assuming that she hid it, and I'm asking it as a question rather than making a statement of fact. Why didn't she declare it to the IRS? What was going on there? And so when I ask all these questions and I look at the bigger picture, when the Bidens were in power at the time, the Heritage Foundation are fighting to get Harry's visa documents public. They get stonewalled. All of a sudden, Harry's visa is going to be made public, but the Bidens aren't in power anymore. It's President Trump. I asked the question, did Meghan Markle and Prince Harry bribe the Bidens with that $250,000 charity donation to ensure that Harry's visa documentation was kept a secret for as long as possible? What do you guys think? Now, before we go any further, because I've still got more information to show you guys, big SM in the chat again with a £5 donation. My goodness, thank you so much for those sugar bucks. Saying Ashley Forms 990 was 6 months, July to December 2023. The only thing it might be is Archewell paid for the building as a partner, so not a gift. Okay. I don't know what that means. I'm going to be very, very honest with you. I don't know what it means in terms of the only thing it might be is that Archewell paid for the building as a partner, so not a gift. How does that tie into Ashley Biden not declaring that donation to the IRS in her 990 form? I don't fully understand your comment. Fully trust your knowledge, mate. Don't get me wrong, because your emails are fucking spot on, dude. Don't get me wrong. Don't send me another super chat. Please don't. Email me. Can you clarify what this means to me, if you don't mind, Stephen? If you've got a little bit of time, when you have the time, can you email me and clarify what this means? Because I don't understand how this would allow Ashley to not declare to the IRS the $250,000 donation, especially when Archewell Foundation declared on their 990 form that it was a charity donation. Do you see where I'm coming from? Email me, mate, and we'll discuss it further there. We also have Ms. M in the chat. Thank you so much for the $2 sugar bucks, and my favourite, Virgin Doggy Fight Nights moment. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Thank you so, so much. So, this is the thing, right? You then have the Daily Beast. So, I'm asking, did Meghan Markle and Prince Harry bribe the Bidens with that $250,000 donation to Ashley Biden's charity, whatever you want to call it, for Hazard's visa to be kept secret for as long as possible? I'm asking that question. We then have the Daily Beast rocking in, saying, did the Duke of Sussex receive special treatment from the Biden administration? A new ruling will finally maybe answer that question. Because ultimately, that bribe, if there was one, is essentially buying special treatment. Is it not? Is it not? And when we dive into this Daily Beast article, well, it's all turned around now, like I said. Biden's aren't in power anymore. You've got President Trump in play. The visa docs are going to be released next week, and it's all going to be revealed, with redactions, of course. But Niall Gardner from the Heritage Foundation has commented on all of this and says, look, if Prince Harry lied on his US visa application, which is a federal criminal offence, he should face prosecution in the United States as well as deportation. No one is above the law, including royalty. Absolutely. But this is the thing as well. let's take it one step further. Because if Ashley Biden does get deposed by the IRS and the IRS does a full investigation and audit into a charity, that's a hop, skip, and a jump away from the IRS sniffing around Hazza and Meg's charity, Archewell Foundation. Because then the question is, well, hang on a minute. Ashley Biden didn't declare the $250,000. What's going on? They'll want to see the full scope. They'll want to see where this $250,000 donation came from, how it originated, how it all came about, how it was transferred over, all the communications between the charities during that transfer, during that donation time, to then when the money is received, what Ashley Biden then did with it. Best believe, yes, they will do that. I would expect them to do that. Because to only investigate Ashley Biden, right, is only half the story. For me, this is an in. This is an in for the IRS to finally investigate Archewell Foundation through the investigation of Ashley Biden and this missing $250,000 donation, essentially. What we've all been screaming for, what we've all been calling for the IRS to do, they finally have a legitimate reason, a legitimate rationale to also now investigate Archewell Foundation. They've got an in. And maybe, just a little note here, maybe this is why President Trump hasn't actually deported Prince Hazza. This is why, potentially, President Trump actually turned around and says, do you know what? Hazza has got bigger problems to fry. Because maybe President Trump knew that their charity is a little bit on the dodgy side and knew that this whole Ashley Biden $250,000 donation situation was going to come out. And that this potential investigation with the IRS would also lead to an investigation into Hazza's charity and what's been going on there. And if Hazza did lie on his visa application, and if Hazza and Megzi are guilty of violating IRS charity code, then that gives President Trump all the reason, all the ammunition in the world to deport Prince Hazza. It's like a double lock, iron locked kind of situation then at that stage. If the UK push back from a political standpoint and is like, what you doing, this is Prince Hazza, this, that and the other, President Trump can fire back and be like, well, not only did he lie on his visa application in this scenario, right, but he also committed in this scenario, right, charity fraud. Yeah, we're getting rid. They can't argue with that then at that stage, right? Think about it. But either way, guys, going around full circle, oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. Thanks to Andy's mum for saying that, because it really got me thinking. Ever since it was announced that Joe Biden's daughter, Ashley Biden, has been referred to the IRS for a potential investigation over that $250,000 donation from Megzi and Hazza, really got me thinking, was that actually a bribe to the Bidens to ensure that Hazza's visa was kept under lock and key and was kept a secret for as long as possible? They can't anymore because President Trump's in power. They're screwed at this stage. What do you guys think? With that being said, those watching live, stay exactly where you are, because next up, oh my goodness, we're going to have fun with this. Why Meghan Markle is fake? By a royal editor. Oh my goodness, guys, this royal editor goes in on Megzi. So those watching live, stay exactly where you are. Oh my goodness, I pressed the wrong button. Apologies for that. Those watching live, stay exactly where you are. It's as if I've never streamed before. What the deuce is going on now, right? But yeah, those watching live, stay exactly where you are. I'm going to be starting the second topic for today's live stream in a moment. Just a couple of thank yous before we crack on with that. Hey, Grumpy Sapper is in the chat. Hey up, Grumpy Sapper. How's it going? Everyone, hearts in the chat for Grumpy Sapper because the theme music for this channel, you can thank this dude right here. He also has his own YouTube channel, so please make sure you head on over and give him a friendly subscribe. And yeah, give him all the support that he deserves from the Alt Nerd community because he definitely deserves it, guys. Sarge is saying this is bigger than the Black Lives Matter scan. Potentially. But we'll see. We'll see. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Snowfire, thank you so much for the $5 sugar bucks. Saying Biden did not pardon himself and Ashley, so they both can be prosecuted. Ho, 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 ho! President Trump will not hesitate. If there is any chance that President Trump can prosecute any freaking Biden, I think he'd do it. I think he's nuts and mad enough to actually do it and not give a shiz because they tried to politically persecute him. I think he would turn around and repay the favor with a smile on his face. I'm sure of it. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Stephen Magnus, thank you so much for the £5 sugar bucks, my friend. Saying Prakash Foundation was paid $130,000 by Archewell for the Middle East, but only sent $29,000, but gave $105,000 to Lemonade Media, a commercial company. What? Okay. When you have the time, 2 emails. First one from earlier on, and the second one to please explain this. And what this means. This sounds a lot of jiggery charity donation poo. A lot of jiggery poo charity donation kind of situation, right? Which looks freaking dodgy as hell, yeah? Yeah, could you expand on this in an email? Again, please don't send me another super chat to try and explain it, Stephen. You've got my email. When you've got the time. Yeah, can you explain this as well, please? Because that is like just sounds really, really dodgy, but I don't understand why it's dodgy. It just sounds it. It really, really does. Let's see what else. Wendy Marino says it's fraud at the worst level. If this happened, if the answer is yes, Megsy bribed BIDENS with $250,000 donation to keep Hazard's visa a secret, then yeah, it would be fraud at the worst level. Absolutely. Roseanne Olive says, I say yes, they did. Ooh, okay. All right. Through the Looking Glass channel with Alice says, Stef the Alter Nerd, Stef, you have no idea how powerful the US IRS department is. They can depose. They do not have to request documents. They can simply seize documents. The power is unbelievable. Oh, yeah. I've looked into the IRS and, yeah, they could absolutely do them over. I looked into the IRS because at one point I did a video on Christopher Boozy not paying his taxes for Spoutable, right? And, oh, yeah. Their audit processes are no joke. If anything, they are much more stricter than our tax office here. You have, oh yeah, our tax office is like a puppy compared to your IRS over in America. My goodness, it's insane. Let's see what else you guys are saying before we get into the second topic for today's live stream. Flapper27 says Biden messed up. Yeah, that surprised, really. Head Mod Project Metal Music says one thing you do not mess with is the tax man. Freaking agreed. With that being said, let's get on to the second topic for today's live stream, which is this is going to be a fun one. Why Meghan Markle is fake by a royal editor. Hey up, everyone? It's me, Stef, the Alter Nerd, your nerdy alternative, and I'm filming this live for the Daily Nerd Sunday edition, which happens every Sunday, 10 o'clock UK time, 5 o'clock Eastern. So if you want to catch this live, that's when you do it. And in this Daily Nerd segment, I'm going to be discussing why Meghan Markle is fake by a royal editor. Oh my goodness, this royal editor is going in on Megsy. So let's jump into it. Former Vanity Fair editor delivers a blistering review of Meghan Markle's Netflix series, and who else? But it's Tina Brown coming in again. And so, yeah, let's discuss what she says. So here, Tina Brown has, of course, joined a growing list of those that have absolutely slated Megsy's new series. And her new comments are coming from a recent edition of her Substack newsletter. And she describes the series, quote, as a testament to how far the beleaguered Duchess of Sussex has rode herself backward in time since she first burst onto the public consciousness more than 8 years ago. With her unerring instinct for getting it wrong, Meghan has come out with a show about fake perfection just when the zeitgeist has turned raucously against it. Yeah. Megsy's always late to the party. She just never learns, does she, guys? She also said that Megsy has never figured out a convincing persona, adding, masquerading as an influencer, she's the ultimate follower, which inevitably means she's behind the curve. And it's true. It's true. Like, she's still living in, like, 2014 when she had the TIG, right? She thinks, apologies. She thinks, right, that social media still works the same way back in 2014 when she had the TIG. It's evolved since then, Megsy. And you might finally be learning that lesson. Although I won't be holding my breath on that. Now, in her review of the series, Tina Brown then said, quote, Trump's America is a foul-mouthed and disheveled cultural place where podcasters in sweaty T-shirts, crotch-rot jeans, and headphones achieve world domination on YouTube. Bit harsh. She also suggested that Hazza and Megsy would have actually been better served waiting until Queen Elizabeth II passed away to then retreat from their royal duties, to then actually exit the royal family. Writing on a Substack newsletter, quote, it didn't take a rocket science to know that at age 94, the monarch clearly had only a few years more to live, at which point the family chess pieces would start to move around the royal power board. All Meghan had to do was shut up and wait. Yeah. But then says, you know, in a previous podcast that, look, all of her ideas are total CRAP, unfortunately. And it's true. It's true. Because everything that she's done has pretty much bombed. Apart from the Hazza and Megsy mockumentary, everything else has bombed. I mean, the With Love Megsy series hasn't done as well as that mockumentary. The mockumentary is still the biggest thing, the biggest win that they've got for Netflix. And that was released how many years ago now? Oh, she's absolutely screwed. And so Tina Brown goes in even further, saying, look, Megsy has never figured out a convincing persona. And that's interesting for Tina Brown to actually say, because it was only in the last week, and I'd reported it here on this channel, so if you missed that video, check back in the history, that Megsy's father, Thomas Markle Sr., came out after the series had aired and said, look, one of the reasons why Megsy's series has failed is because she's always been inauthentic. She's always been fake. That's something he's never really said before, to my knowledge anyway. So it's interesting to hear Thomas Markle Sr. say that. And then soon after, you've got this ex-royal editor, Tina Brown from Vanity Fair, saying that Megsy has never figured out a convincing persona. And to be fair, I asked the question, does Megsy actually know who Megsy is at this point? Feels like she's lost her way. She doesn't really have an identity. She doesn't know who she is. Because this year, it's the whole, oh, I'm imperfect, just one of you kind of housewife, cooking, gardening, friendship person, right? Last year, it was, I'm perfect. Here is this perfect elevated, aspirational brand of American Riviera or whatever, blah, 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 blah. A couple of years ago, it was, I'm a victim, 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 victim. A few years ago before that, it was, the modern day American Grace Kelly coming into the British royal family kind of situation. Like, does she actually know who the frick she is really at this point? I do wonder. But let's get on to even more comments from Tina Brown that she's made recently. Saying, look, the only show that would have worked would have been if Megxie admitted what a flaming flop the last 5 years have actually been. Saying, look, who announces a new lifestyle brand, American Riviera Orchard, and hounds celebrity friends to talk up her strawberry jam on social media without doing due diligence on the availability of the trademark? Which, by the way, seems like she didn't even do a due diligence with As Ever on the availability of the trademark. Because As Ever is already taken with the real As Ever from New York. And the other As Ever in China, which has stopped Megxie from actually selling any clothing on her brand. So, yay for the Chinese, right, guys? Never thought I'd say that in a million years. But again, in Tina Brown's newsletter, which is what I'm quoting from here, she added that Megxie is impatient and always behind the curve, saying, look, apart from saying that all Megxie had to do was shut up and wait and really leave after Queen Elizabeth II had sadly passed away, she also then went on to say, quote, go quiet for a couple of years, start a family, keep her eyes trained on the splendid royal real estate that would soon come up for grabs. Also saying the moment William ascended to his role as Prince of Wales, there would have been new global gigs and red carpet rollouts raining down on the Sussexes' heads. But no, offered the Commonwealth or Netflix, the Sussexes with naive avarice chose Netflix. What Harry and Meghan forgot, though, was that the great thing about being royal is you can be boring as F for as long as you live and still be treated as the most important person in the room. They screwed the pooch, they screwed themselves, they shot themselves in the foot when they left. I don't think it's even dawned on them, even like 5 years later. The only reason, Tina Brown then writes, any of these deals were signed was for low-down dish on the royals. And Meghan, in another fit of vainglorious yearning, this time for a sit-down with TV's ultimate deity, gave that away to Oprah for free, infuriating Netflix, whose multi-million-dollar deal got them sloppy seconds. And it really did get them the sloppy second, because apart from the Hazard and Megxie mockumentary, everything else was bombed. Live to Lead, Heart of Invictus, Polo, With Love Meghan. Yes, that bombed as well. Even though, yes, it did get into the top 10 Netflix, and I'll, freely recognise that. In terms of the viewing figures and where it actually landed in the top 10, didn't do as well as their mockumentary. Their mockumentary is still their most successful project to date for Netflix. Uh-oh. That contract's coming up at the end of the year, and it ain't going to be renewed. I'd be surprised if it was renewed. Seriously, I really, really would. I'd be like, are we living in an alternate universe here? What the deuce is going on? But this is the thing, right? When all these deals were being signed, it was like a flurry of deals, of announcements when they left the royal family. They signed with Netflix, they signed with Spotify, they signed with Penguin Random House, they signed with this, they signed with that, right? And this is the thing. Tina Brown turns around and says, look, Megxie just couldn't resist getting those celebrity deals. And so here, Tina Brown was saying, look, Megxie was even eyeing up deals before she even left. And so, while she was promoting her book, The Palace Papers, inside the House of Windsor, The Truth and Turmoil, back in 2022, Tina Brown actually said, quote, Meghan couldn't resist everything that was on offer on the celebrity buffet. They, Hazard and Megxie, wanted to be able to have a commercial arm to their activities. Megxie certainly saw deals that were there to be made that they had to leave on the table because they were royals. But in terms of speaking out about their Megxit, about the exit from the royal family, Tina says, I really think Harry wanted out himself. Meghan gave Harry the tools to leave. She understood the world of agents and deals. She understands it to a point, grant you, but in terms of executing those deals afterwards, she ain't got a clue. She has not got a clue. That's why Spotify have dropped her. That's why we're expecting Netflix to drop her by end of year. That's why Penguin Random House allegedly has quietly dropped them. That's why WME has allegedly dropped them, as per the reports from a couple of years ago, right? Lemonada is still in play at the moment, but for how long? Like, I mean, come on here. Yeah, she can make the deal, but then following it up afterwards really ain't her strong suit. She then says, look, I think they both completely underestimated what it was going to be like without the Palace platform. Definitely. They really thought, in my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, that the grass was greener on the other side. It really, really is not. And the thing is, she is trying to, in my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, fake her way to success. And no, the only thing she's doing is faking her way to failure. Which is why, Tina Brown is turning around and saying, look, the problem with Megxit is she's fake. And this is why her series ain't doing well. This is why nothing she does is doing well. And what have I said when it comes to Megxit and her shiz that she's trying to grift, right? Megxit has a relatability. How do I put it? She's got a relatability and a trustability problem, right? If people can't relate and trust her, then people won't relate and trust what she's trying to sell in the first place, right? And so when that series with Love Meghan came out like a couple of weeks ago now, yeah, I was always going to watch it. It's my job. I report on Hazard and Megxit. Of course I'm going to watch it. Let's be real here, yeah? I expected not to like it because I don't trust and I don't relate to her. And I didn't trust and relate to anything that she put out in that series. And so I didn't like it. Shock horror, right? And definitely, in my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, do not trust her bath salt recipe, all right? Do your own research, come to your own conclusions. But I did a video either earlier on this week or last week, right? And oh my goodness, it seems that potentially her bath salts recipe is problematic, where if you follow it, it could actually potentially burn your skin, according to skin experts. I mean, come the frick on. If she is potentially promoting a bath salts recipe that could potentially allegedly burn your skin, you really think I'm going to trust anything that she then puts out later in her series? Oh, make this, do this, make this, do this. I don't think so. I really, really don't. She ain't faking her way to success. She's faking her way to failure. With that being said, those that are watching live, stay exactly where you are because we're going to jump into the third and final topic for today's live stream in a moment. Meghan Markle is being defended by a YouTuber that you would not expect. This is like jaw-dropping, guys. So those watching live, stay exactly where you are. I ain't done with you yet. But for those watching either live on the replay, if you appreciate this and you want more, and of course there's going to be more, then make sure you subscribe to join our alternate tribe. Like, share, comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theories, whatever's. Based on what this royal editor has said, do you think Megxit is faking her way to success? Or do you think she's faking her way to failure? Let me know in the comments down below. Again, those watching live, stay exactly where you are. Those watching on the replay, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate all your faces. And until the next time, you guys, laters. Okay, and that was the second topic for today's live stream. Before we get on to the third and final topic, let's just have a little quick sneakeroo at Brandon's new channel, fellow alternate here in the community. He started off at 51 subscribers. I shared the link in the live chat. Let's see where he's at now, because I'm hoping we can get him to triple figures by the time this live stream ends. Let's have a look. Oh my goodness, yes, we just jumped up to 65. We just need another 35 of you alternerds to subscribe to Brandon's channel. Let's support each other and support the community. So please go and subscribe to his channel right now. I've just spammed the chat again with Brandon's channel. Guys, let me know in the live chat if you have subscribed to him today. I shared Lucy Spill's channel last week. Make sure you do subscribe to her if you haven't done so already. Another fellow alternerd in the community. But for this week, we're going to be promoting Brandon's channel, Cultural Call Out. So yeah, let me know in the live chat if you've subscribed to him. And for those that don't know, yes, I do have a second channel, Political Nerds. Support the expansion of the Alterverse today. I do have a degree in international relations and security studies. I studied sociology, philosophy, 3 years of conflict resolution. My dissertation was on the my dissertation was on the ethics and philosophy of international terrorism. Bit of a mouthful, but you know, there you go. But I also did, of course, 3 years of politics. This is my academic wheelhouse, and I'm having so much fun over there. So if you want to see me rant and rave on all things politics, guys, you know what to do. Subscribe to my second channel today. Those watching live, the link is pinned right at the top of the live chat. For those watching on the replay, it's in the description bar below. With that being said, let's go through a couple of your emails. A couple of your comments before we get on to the third and final topic for today's live stream. I said emails because I saw Big SM's chat here saying, Steph, email number 2 sent. Working on email 1. The email has 2 PDFs showing the Form 990s. I salute you, mate. Thank you so much, Big SM. Thank you so much. Mic drop Lisa. Hey up, love. How you doing? Thank you so much for the £5 sugar buck, saying she was probably planning their exit before they were even married. A lot of us think that. Chris Mills, my goodness, thank you so much for the very, very generous £10 sugar bucks. Guys, you guys are ruining a lot of Sugar's days by sending a shiz ton of sugar bucks my way. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Say my favourite hour of the week. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Learned a lot tonight. Quanto sei bella stasera. Oh, grazie. Very, very kind of you. Thank you so much. Oh, my goodness. Lisa Marie Bassett. Who cooks bacon in cashmere? I know, right? Like, come on. If I'm wearing cashmere, people are not even smoking around me. Like, it's the hell off. No freaking way. No way. Not a chance. Head Mod says, I don't trust anything that Methane does or says. Not a lot of us do, really, to be fair. Really don't. Let's see. Oh, Head Mod, thank you so much for sharing fellow alternerd Brandon's channel. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Oh, Brandon! Yay! Thank you so much to subbing to the channel that Bernadette and I share. Yay! Appreciate it. Guys, make sure you are subscribed to Brandon's new channel, which is Cultural Call Out. Again, let me just share the link in the live chat. Again, I really want to make sure we get him to triple figures before the live stream ends. Let's just refresh now and see where we're at. Hey, 74. Guys, we're just 26 away. We just need 26 more of you to click on that link that I've just spammed in the live chat and subscribe to a fellow Alternerds channel. Brandon, I see here 442 of you are watching. Come on. There's got to be 26 of you. Let's go. Okay, let's see what else you guys are saying. Let's see. Brandon saying thank you all. So cute, guys. Let's make him happy. Let's get him to 3 figures, triple figures, 100, all right? With that being said, guys, let's crack on with the final topic for today's stream, and it's this. Meghan Markle has just been defended by a YouTuber who you would not expect. This is a turn up for the books. And let me explain. Hey up everyone, it's me, Stef, the Alternerd, your nerdy alternative, and I'm filming this segment on the Daily Nerd Live Sunday edition that happens every Sunday, 10 o'clock UK time, 5 o'clock Eastern, so if you want to catch this live, that's when you do it. In this segment though, we're going to be discussing how Meghan Markle is being defended by a YouTuber who you would not expect. Now this is definitely a turn up for the books. Now, for those that missed it, earlier on this week, I released a video where I was like, well, hang on a minute. Meg's new podcast, Confessions of a Female Founder, has been stolen from a Spotify podcaster? What the deuce is going on here? And so I had found through my research a couple of podcasts where I was thinking, this is a little bit too close to Meg's name. Has she been, kind of like lurking under Spotify and seeing what's out there and maybe stealing a few ideas? Hey, I'm just asking for a friend. Again, not making a statement of fact, just asking for a friend. But this is the thing, right? A lot of you eagle-eyed viewers out there found that her name was actually a dead ringer for a YouTube series that another YouTube content creator launched over a year ago, literally called Confessions of a Female Founder. And this is by Katie Mate. And if I've mispronounced that, I really do apologize. Owner and founder of hoodie hijab clothing firm Fail Street, who already has a series of YouTube videos with that same name about her achievements in business. She has 45,000 followers on TikTok. She posted her first episode in October 2023 about how to have a successful drop launch event. So she's, very well established, has a lot of followers. And so there's been all this hoo-ha and all this discussion of, oh my goodness, Meg's actually copied from a YouTuber, from a YouTube content creator. Looks like potentially Megsy likes to watch YouTube. And if Megsy's watching right now, hey up Megsy, how's it going up in Montecito Royale? Say hi to Hazza for me. And the kids if they're around. Anywho, so there's been all this kind of furor around this. Oh, she copied a YouTuber, she copied Katie, she copied Katie, she copied Katie, she copied Katie. Okay. Well, Katie has responded. And this is really interesting because she's actually defending Megsy. Fair play. Fair play. Everyone, has been reporting on Megsy copying Katie. Well, let's keep the same energy and let's also report on Katie defending Megsy. So here we go. New York Post saying it. Meghan Markle is defended by the YouTuber whose name she was accused of stealing. And so, yeah, Katie is defending Megsy, telling Yahoo Lifestyle on Thursday, quote, I completely understand why people are drawing connections and I truly appreciate the support and understand their intention. And this is the thing, right? All this furor around it all will have only helped Katie just like it helped As Ever NYC. So if you remember a couple of weeks back, we were all on the side of As Ever NYC. We went onto their website. We followed them on Instagram. They sold out on everything, right? Because Megsy allegedly copied their name for her brand. A silver lining where there's a silver lining, right? And it seems like we might be looking at the same situation here. So Megsy allegedly copying her podcast name from Katie, it meant that more eyeballs were on Katie than ever before, and Katie may have had a surge in more followers, more subscribers, and more views. So again, silver lining, similar to As Ever NYC, if you get where I'm coming from there. And so, yeah, she truly appreciates the support and understands their intention. But then she says, but I also understand coincidences as well. It's highly unlikely Meghan even came across my channel, but I'm flattered by the thought. Don't be too hasty in saying that. Don't. It could be high. This is a thing. It could be highly likely that she did come across the channel, saw the name, and allegedly stole it. Yeah? Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Megxie turns around and says that she would never go on social media because it's too toxic, this, that, and the other. Remember when she was on that South by panel, whatever it was, right? And she said that. Lo and behold, she now has 2 public social medias, Meghan and as ever. And all the secret ones that we believe she has as well. I mean, let's be real here, right? But Katie then went on to say, quote, "What does concern me is how quickly this is turning into another reason to drag a woman down. That's not something I want to contribute to. I know firsthand what it feels like to have my work actually copied. This isn't that." Well, look, Katie at the end of the day has final say on this as far as I'm concerned. If Katie feels that Megxie hasn't copied her and it's just a mere coincidence, okay, fair play. Fair play. Katie's cool with it. All right. Apologies. Thing is, though, I don't believe in coincidences, especially when it comes to Megxie. I really don't. And so, what do you guys think? Do you think it's just a mere coincidence that Megxie calls her podcast the same as Katie's series or not? I mean, I'm not mad at Katie defending Megxie. Fair play, Katie. To be fair, there's a number of videos that I've done on my channel here where I have actually defended Megxie and has her. Guess why? Because I have integrity. And when I think that Hazza and Megxie do need to be defended, I will do so. It's as simple as that. You can agree with me, disagree with me, fair play, but I will defend them at times. Does that make me a sugar? Hell freaking no. Does that make me the biggest fan on planet Earth for Hazza and Megxie? Really, it doesn't. But, you know, I try and keep things balanced where possible, which is why I'm reporting on this story because, you know, we're all so quick to jump on and be like, oh, Megxie copied Katie, this, that, and the other. Let's keep the same energy and also report on Katie coming out and defending Megxie, being like, I don't think she copied me. I just think it's a coincidence. And I'm concerned about people dragging another woman down. Yeah, she can be concerned. However, to me, when I'm criticizing Megxie, it's not to drag her down. It's to essentially put the truth out there. Because if we didn't do that, then Megxie would have free range to be able to just manipulate everyone to her narrative, which is, as far as I'm concerned, completely false and fabricated and fantasy land. And I'm just not going to have that. Especially when all her accusations against the royal family is not only just attacking and disrespecting the royal family, but it's also attacking and disrespecting us, the British public, and our culture, because for better or for worse, whether you believe in the royal family or not, the royal family is part of our British identity and culture. And so when you attack the royal family, you're attacking the British identity and culture. I'll never forgive Hazza and Megxie for doing that. But furthermore, I criticise Megxie not to bring her down, not to drag another woman down. It's to keep it 100. It's to keep it honest. It's to turn around and say, do you know what? I see the spin. I don't freaking trust this woman. And let me tell you why this is spin as far as I'm concerned. This is BS. If Megxie had her way, she would, as far as I'm concerned, opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, she would eradicate us all, right? Every single one of us, right, that criticises her. So that then she would have free rein to try and manipulate all you lot into her way of thinking, into her fantasy land, into her, as far as I'm concerned, opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, lies. Not on my watch. Not on my watch. And this is a thing. I've just seen this note here from Koala Blues. And you're right. You can't drag anyone down for pointing out discrepancies and lies. You really can't. So, whilst I respect this YouTuber Katie for jumping to Megxie's defense, fair play, right? saying it's a coincidence, this, that, and the other. A, I don't really believe in coincidences. And B, criticising Megxie is not dragging a woman down. To me, that is kind of like the same accusation, the same level of accusation as a sugar turning around and saying, oh, I'm either misogynistic or racist because I'm criticising Megxie. Any criticism of Megxie means that I'm misogynistic and racist. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It just means I'm an independent free thinker and I'm criticising Megxie, not because I'm racist and misogynistic. I'm criticising Megxie because I'm pointing out her inconsistencies and lies, as far as I'm concerned. Does that make me misogynistic and racist? I don't freaking think so. Especially when Megxie first came on the scene, I actually supported her. A lot of us did in the UK. We celebrated her. We wanted to copy her. We wanted to see what she was wearing. She was a breath of fresh air. We put the bunting out and had tea parties when she and Hazza got married, and we watched in our millions as they got married. We supported her. What does she do? Throws it all back in our face, as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, while I do respect Katie defending Megxie, fair play. She don't think it's a coincidence. She doesn't have any hard feelings with Megxie having the same name as a series, this, that, and the other. Fair play. To turn around and be like, this is basically an excuse to drag Megxie down, another woman down. She's entitled to her opinion respectfully, fair enough, but no. To me, it's not dragging Megxie down when we're pointing out lies, inconsistencies, and coincidences where Megxie has a pattern of bringing out things that essentially is not original. Like the brand name as ever. Like American Riviera Orchard. That wasn't original. I reported on that. She's got an alleged history of allegedly copying other people and other businesses. So it's not out of the realms of insanity for people to see her new podcast series, see that it's named the same as Katie's YouTube series, and be like, oh, Megxie copied Katie. It's not insane to draw that conclusion when we look at her past and see that she's allegedly done the same thing. I mean, you look at the As Ever logo, it's a copy, as far as we're concerned, of that Spanish town. Even that. However, again, I'm going to repeat this. Fair play to Katie for jumping to Megxie's defence and being like, do you know what? I think it's a coincidence. I don't think she copied me. Fair play to her. Good luck to a series on podcast on Lemonade, this, that, and the other. Fair play. With that being said, those watching live, stay exactly where you are. I'm not done with you guys yet. But for those watching live and on the replay, if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to join our Alter Nerd tribe. Like, share, comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theories, whatever's. What do you think to Katie jumping to Megxie's defense, turning around and saying, look, I just think it's a coincidence that her podcast name is the same as my YouTube series. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Again, those watching live, I'm not done with you yet. Stay exactly where you are. But for those watching on the replay, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate all your faces. And until the next time, you guys, laters. Okay, and that was the third and final story for today's live stream. A couple of comments before we end today's live stream. Sonia, oh, thank you so much for the $6.99 sugar bucks, saying, I never miss an episode. Love your Sherlock Holmes reporting style. Well, thank you. I try my best, so thank you so much for that. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Oh, the jewel. I like this. Confessions of a Compulsive Liar. That's a good one for Megsy to name a podcast, I would say, definitely. Let's see where we are with a fellow alter nerd, Brandon's new YouTube channel. We were on 74 subscribers. Oh my goodness, we're now at 87 subscribers. We're literally just 13 more away from triple figures and getting him to 100. Guys, can we make it? There's still 364 of you watching at the moment. Let me just spam the live chat again with Brandon's new link. Let's do this right now. All right, so if you haven't done so, guys, please, Alter Nerds Assemble, head on over to Brandon's channel right now and just give him a friendly subscribe. Let's get his numbers up and let's support each other the best way we know how. Yeah, King Bob saying 87 subs, so close, we can do this. Yes, the power of the Alter Nerd community, we can do this. Let's go, let's go. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Tina says, but Megsy don't do the research. No, she don't. She doesn't. But this is the thing, right? How do I put this? I think to a certain extent, she sees what's out there. Because this is a thing, right? There's this accusation that she doesn't have an original thought in her head, which is why she allegedly copies so much, which is why there's always these similarities between what she calls her brand and her logos and this, that, and the other to what's already out there. So there must be an element whereby she does do some sort of market research to see what's out there, because you've got to anyway when you launch a brand or whatever. It's just standard practice. But does she do her due diligence to ensure that whatever she names her brand and whatever is legal and not trademarked? No. I think she sees what's out there, copies what's out there because she doesn't have an original thought in her head, but doesn't do a due diligence to see if it's actually trademarked or not. Or doesn't do a due diligence to see if she can actually trademark it or not. Do you see where I'm coming from there, guys? There you go. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Oh, this is a cool comment. Elizabeth Westaway says, money makes the world go round. It spins when greed steps in. That kind of rhymes a little bit. That's why I wanted to jump on that comment. Thank you so much. Lee Walton says, Katie defending Megsy. What the deuce? I know. This is why I said for this third topic, you know, Meghan Markle has been defended by a YouTuber and you will not believe who it is. Because, yeah, what the deuce? Again, I respect Katie for defending Megsy. I've done it a couple of times on this channel. You can see in the history of my videos, right? Why? Because I've got integrity. It's simple as that. If I think Megsy needs defending, I will do. Does it mean I'm sugar? Hell no. Does it mean I'm Megsy's biggest fan in the whole wide world? Hell freaking no. But I also do try and keep it real and 100. If I feel I need to defend Megsy, I will do. And I'll tell you why. And I'll go through it all. And whether you agree with me or not, it's your own prerogative. Do you know what I mean? But I'm going to give it to you 100, whether you like it or not. Or try to anyway. Do you know what I mean? Let's see what else you guys are saying. Oh, Mic Drop Lisa, thank you so much for £5 sugar bucks, honey. Saying she has no problem with it until Methane trademarks the name and tries to sue her. Now, that would be a very, very evil thing for Megsy to do. It really, really would. If Megsy wants to trademark it, okay. But for Megsy trying to sue her, that would be evil. That would be the evil part, right? That really, really would. Although, the thing is, Megsy could try to sue Katie, but Katie, by my knowledge, would have somewhat like grandfather rights. So what I would mean by that is that the judge could easily just turn around and say, no, you're unsuccessful in suing her because at the end of the day, Katie had this name before you. So you can try and sue her, but you're not going to be successful because Katie already had it before you. So she's got grandfather rights, that kind of thing. But yeah. If she trademarks the name, I don't, fair enough. But if she then tries to sue Katie, that to me would be the evil bit. Saj says, I can't afford intermediate puppet school. Oh. Oh. Fair play. How much is intermediate puppy school? How much would that be? Message me in Instagram, Saj, if you don't want to message me on the live stream here. Just out of curiosity, how much would intermediate puppy school be? Would it be that expensive? Let me know. I'm just curious. I'm like this close to getting my Yorkshire Terrier. Oh, and I've already figured out I'm going to call my new Yorkshire Terrier Yorkie when I do get one, because it just makes sense. It's a Yorkshire Terrier. I'm from Yorkshire. Yorkie, which is short for Yorkshire, but also as well a chocolate bar here in the UK. Like, I mean, this name is just completely like versatile. It is unreal. So yes, when I do get my Yorkshire Terrier, it is going to be called Yorkie forever and ever and ever. Amen. Jimbo says, is Brandon a Megxiteer? Of course he is. He's part of the alternate community. Brandon is not a fan of Hazza and Megxi, all right? So do make sure you support a fella Megxiteer, an alternate tribe member, over on his new channel, Cultural Call Out. Again, I'm just going to share his link in the live chat. We did see that he's on 87 subscribers. He's just 13 away from triple figures. Let's see where we're at. Oh, my goodness, we're so close. 5 away. He's at 95 subscribers. He's just 5 away from triple figures and getting to 100. Let's do it. Alternates, assemble. We just need 5 more of you to head on over to this channel right now and click that subscribe button. Let's get it done. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Wendy Marino says, integrity is a human compassion. Yeah. Lisa Boo. Oh, Lisa Boo, thank you so much for the $2 sugar bucks and my favourite. The G Doggy Fighting Arts moment. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Saj says $360? Really? $360 in all right. Would that be each? Saj, again, just in the live chat, don't send me a super chat, hon, but just in the live chat, and I'll look out for it. Is that each? Or is that all together for both Georgie and Olivia? Or is it 360 for Georgie and another 360 for Olivia? Do you see where I'm coming from? Or is that all together? Denise says, can you be thrilled that someone plagiarized your YouTube title? Katie went for the payoff, not to file a lawsuit and an NDA signed. I'll say allegedly to that one. Anything is possible. But do you know what? The way I'm kind of... How do I put this? For me, as a YouTuber, when I look at stories, I get an instinct. Whether I think it's true or BS, this, that, and the other. Like this whole Ashley Biden now potentially getting investigated by the IRS for the $250,000, right? I had this instinct that it was like, something's dodgy here. And then I saw, this tweet here from Andy's mum. And then my instinct then went straight to, hang on a minute. Was that $250,000 donation a bribe from Hazza and Megx's charity to the Bidens to try and keep Hazza's visa documentation a secret for as long as possible? And again, I'm just asking for a friend here. I'm not making a statement of fact or out like that. And so that's what I mean when I say, as a YouTuber personally, for me, content-wise, when I look at a story, I get an instinct with things like that. Do you see where I'm coming from? And so when I read this story about Katie defending Megsy, my instinct, to be fair, is, do you know what? I think this is just an innocent defense. I don't think there's anything more than Katie looking at the story, looking at the backlash against Megsy for copying her series title, and Katie just coming out and being like, dudes, I'm not mad at it. Good luck to her, kind of thing. Leave her to it. She's on podcast, she's on Lemonada, I'm on YouTube, leave her to it, kind of thing. That's kind of like the vibe that I'm getting, the instinct I'm getting from it. I don't see anything or have an instinct that there's anything more sinister in terms of what you're saying, Denise. Whereas I'm getting more of an instinct of, something's more sinister when it comes to, this $250,000 donation to Ashley Biden's charity from Hazza and Megsy. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Let's see. Jimbo says, look, being both British and mixed race, I initially was not minded by Meghan and that wedding. I was pleased. But Harry found a kindred person who was just as bad, if not worse, what that he was, and she is it. Oh, yeah. I've always said the two peas in a pod, and they bring it out in each other. I mean, for years, people were like, oh, Megsy's controlling Harry behind the scenes, telling him what to say, what to do, this, that, and the other. And I've always maintained, guys, he's just as bad as Megsy. He's co-signing everything. He's an adult. He knows exactly what he's doing. Megsy ain't controlling him. Don't have to. Because he two peas in a pod. He's on the same page as her. There you go. Saj says, oh, it would be for 2 dogs. All right. Okay. Well, if it's for 2 dogs, it's not bad. In the grand scheme of things, it would be much more expensive in the UK. This is why I'm surprised, because, it's expensive, don't get me wrong. Let me be very real on this. But in the UK, you'd be talking much more than that. You guys overseas have it better. You guys overseas have it good. You don't realise. You really, really do. We in the UK are getting taxed to high hell, okay? All our taxes are going up. Our bills are going up. Wages are stagnant. We've got a UK government that's trying to control our freedom of speech, jailing people for literally hurty words on the internet. They're trying to get blasphemy laws in the back door by trying to have a legal definition of Islamophobia. Yeah, guys, UK's freaking screwed. If anyone can jump ship from the UK, I definitely would recommend they do. But yeah, cost-wise, it's highly, highly expensive to live in the UK. It's absolutely insane. So everyone that's overseas, you guys have it better. You really, really do. Compared to the UK, as far as I'm concerned, it's much more cheaper. I've traveled a little bit of the world. I've been looking to do that. And yeah, I definitely see the difference in terms of cost of living, cost of goods, everything. It's much more cheaper. The majority of like my clothes and my bags and my shoes, right, all from America, all from outlet stores. I could, just for example, right, I could get a Michael Kors bag from America, from an outlet store for, if I remember rightly, about $100, right, $100. In the UK, that same bag, no word of a lie, would be like £600-700, which you're talking about, what, about $800? Yeah. It costs a lot to live in the UK, guys. It really does. Wendy Marino, thank you so much for the $1.99 sugar bucks. And again, my favourite. Virgin Doggy Fighting Hearts moment. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Thank you so much. Let's refresh Brandon's channel. Let's see where we're up to. 99. Oh my goodness, we're just one more away from getting Brandon's new channel to 100 subscribers. Let's get him to triple figures right now before we end today's stream. I'm just going to spam the chat one last time with his channel link. We just need one more friendly alter nerd to go on over and support another fellow alter nerd in the community. Let's get it done. Who's going to be the 100th subscriber? Let me know in the live chat who you are, guys. Which one will be the 100th subscriber? Let's go now. Wendy Marino's like, call it Yorkie Books instead. Sugar Bucks. Sugar Bucks. It'll always be Sugar Bucks. Koala Blue says, Steph, your gut feelings kick in. Yeah. You know, one of the life lessons, always trust your gut. Just always trust your gut. Seriously. Let's see. King Bob. Anyone see my chats? I don't see them. I do. Hey up, King Bob. How's it going, mate? I do. I see them. Let's see. UK government is just pathetic. I know. And if you guys want to know how really pathetic the UK government is, make sure you subscribe to my second channel, Political Nerds, and support the expansion of the Altiverse. I'm having so much fun over there. Kind of, you know, using my degree. My degree's been laid dormant for nearly like 20 years or so. So I'm glad I've been able to put it to good use now. And yeah, this is basically my academic wheelhouse. I've got a degree in international relations and security studies, a degree that Megsy would kill for as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, and my degree's real. I'm just going to say my degree is actually real. So there we go. Denise is like, should we invade and help the UK? Yes, please, please, please. We need all the help we can get. Best believe we really, really do. Mike Drop Lisa says, if it wasn't for the healthcare I get, I would move country, especially being in hospital as often as I am. And this is a thing, right? Yeah. Do you know what? If it wasn't for the healthcare system in America, I think I would have moved to America sooner. I think I would be in America right now, to be fair. But that's the only kind of downside of actually living in America. For me anyway, it's the healthcare system. You guys pay an extortionate amount for healthcare. It's yeah, a little bit insane from my perspective. Let's put it that way. SF. Oh, thank you so much for the $5 sugar bucks, SF. Saying, honestly, my heart breaks for my UK brothers and sisters and what you guys have been dealing with for the past year or more. Much love to you guys. I know. Any excuse that the government can make to call us far-right, racist, this, that, and the other, they will do at this point. Any excuse for the government to lock us up for hurty words, they will do. They'll release, you know, murderers and evil people, right, to free up spaces in our prison systems, and instead lock people on the internet for sharing the wrong meme or something like that. It's insane. Oh, this whole thing is backwards. It really, really is. Let's see. Oh, wow. Am I to click refresh? Hey, we did it! Yes, we got Brandon over the hump. Yes, thank you so much to the Alter Nerd community for assembling and supporting a fellow Alter Nerd and their new venture, their new channel, Cultural Call Out. Congratulations, Brandon. He says, thank you, everyone, from the bottom of our hearts. We couldn't have done it without the whole community and channels that show love along the way. And this, you know, this is what we do. We support each other, yeah? Lift each other up. We don't tear each other down because that's just the way the cookie crumbles. That's the way we roll. Thank you so much to everyone that supported Brandon, fellow Alter Nerd soldier in our community. Brandon, I appreciate you, mate. I'm so happy for you. Good luck with your new channel. I hope you do well. I know you'll have learned a lot from working with Andy over on Popcorn Planet. Yeah. Use the experience, use the knowledge wisely, and yeah, you shouldn't go far wrong with your own channel, mate. So congratulations again. I'm so proud of you, mate, and I'm looking forward to seeing where Cultural Call Out goes. With that being said, guys, I'm gonna call it a day. Thank you so, so much to everyone that's tuned in, that's watched me live on the replay. Thank you so much to everyone that's clicked that like button, that's commented in the live chat, in the comments down below. Thanks also to everyone that's subscribed to this channel, and thank you to everyone that's been able to join in today's gifting wars or being able to send some sugar bucks my way. I really appreciate your generosity and your kindness, and just thank you for everyone to being so understanding and caring and compassionate whilst I'm going through what I'm going through at the moment in the background personally with my family and whatnot. I'm really sorry there wasn't a live stream on Friday, but I gave you 3 videos instead. It just everything just kind of mentally got on top of me, and I was suffering a bit of burnout, and I'm like, I just need the weekend away now. That's it. An opportunity came up for me to do that, and I'm like, I'm taking it. I really, really am. So yeah, I appreciate all of you guys' understanding. Still not out of the woods yet, but you know, it always gets better, guys. It always gets better. So always keep the faith and the belief, and yeah, it'll be Gucci in the end, one way or another. It has to be. With that being said, guys, I appreciate you all. Thank you so, so much for tuning in. Next week, as planned, hopefully, Monday to Thursday, you're going to get your 3 daily nerds and also an additional 3 videos on political nerds, if any of you guys have subscribed over there. And then I should be live next Friday, 7 o'clock UK time, 2 o'clock Eastern, and then another live stream this time next week. Sunday, 10 o'clock UK time, 5 o'clock Eastern. Appreciate all your faces. Enjoy the rest of the week wherever you are in the world. Have a lovely week next week. And I'll see you guys soon. Laters.